hope you enjoyed today's video. It shows us cutting some timber down here in the Ash Grove, Missouri area. 5 trees is all there was. Brandon's texting me. Brandon, stop texting me. I kind of go over the reason why we're there cutting 5 trees. Granted, I wish every job was a big job, but it's not. But you know, you gotta do what you can to accommodate people. And sometimes they just got 5 trees. We're equipped to do jobs like that. So enjoy today's video. I'm actually on my way right now to look at some more timber north of Stockton. Then I've got to run to John Deere and get parts for some of me and Brandon's projects. Appreciate all the comments and feedback on Brandon's work, because it's his work, it ain't my work. I'm just there. I hold heavy things when he needs me to at times, but yeah, he's a good welder and fabricator. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the last couple videos, the last few nights, check those out. We'll try to make a video about every night in the shop with Brandon working and just different things on that skidder, so check those out. Guys, thanks a lot for following along. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all of our social outlets at Turner Logging LLC at YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can go to timbertracker.net and find links to the apps for whatever device you might have, whether it be iPhone or like Apple or Google, those 2 platforms. That's what I'm trying to say. And check out Logger Threads for all that fine forestry apparel. Guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you later. Windy and cold start Tuesday morning here. We're down here to Ash Grove, Missouri. It's been a while since we've worked in Ash Grove. It's been quite a while, actually, that I can remember. We were in Everton this past summer. Actually, not too far from here as the crow flies, but we're in Ash Grove today. Dad used to cut a lot of timber down here around Everton and Ash Grove. A lot of timber, a lot of walnut. And, of course, walnut's what we're cutting today. And there's only a handful of trees. And this job was actually, it was kind of a referral job. It was, at the same time, the gentleman we're cutting on, he works for BNSF Railway. And, of course, Brandon, you know, works for BNSF. And I've got a lot of other friends and some family that work for BNSF as well. And he knows the majority of them, because about all these guys down here in this area, it's kind of like a gang, I think. You know, they're kind of like a biker gang. All those railroaders, they all know each other. Luckily enough, those guys I grew up with and went to school with spoke enough good things about us and our work. And this gentleman had kind of checked us out on social media and seen our work and what we did and how we operate. He gave us a call, and I guess there was a couple other people he'd called to look at these as well, come to find out after the fact. And I guess what we told him, what we could offer him, was the best deal he was presented. So here we are today. And like I said, it's not a big job by any means, but once again, that's when this Caterpillar skid steer really comes to shine, because we're able to do things like this that normally I couldn't justify dragging a skidder down here, but I can bring the skid steer and we can make it all work. Especially with everything we can do with the skid steer as far as piling treetops. I try to always take the bucket and grapple everywhere with me, because you never know what kind of obstacles you're going to face or what you're going to need to do on a job site. The grapple is a must, because we can pile these treetops after we cut the trees. So you always want to bring the grapple, which luckily he said not to really worry about piling the tops, because he was going to cut them up for wood, which that's always a blessing for us. It's just less work we have to do. But at the same time, oh boy, that old thing ain't no good, is it? Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, that's a chunk of wood. Big tree all out here by itself. Probably got wire going through it the way it looks. That's not good. All these trees got wire going through them. Got to cut them above the wire. Like I said, it's just a small cluster of trees. It's not a big deal. So we'll get in here and get to work, try to get these knocked out and get home. It's really, honestly, it's not really a super good day to be cutting logs, because the wind's kind of up a little bit and it's brisk and breezy. It's not blowing super hard yet, but at the same time, I don't like cutting with a lot of wind, especially some of the times when you got to cut around things like there's a fence back here. Luckily, all these trees, they're wanting to fall away from the fence, so that's good. But just wind adds that extra little factor you don't need to make your day not go smooth. So let's get in here and cut some trees, get them piled up, and get out of here. Pack these logs up here on this high ground, that way they can be loaded out easy, or easier if the weather changes. This time of year, right now, this hot and cold weather we're getting, the ground can freeze and thaw and just be a sloppy, nasty mess real easy. Pretty good logs. Pretty good logs. Wish there was more of them, but that's every job we're on, you know. We'll get them packed up here, get them laid out, pull right up alongside of them. Looks like we're going to need a little fuel here before long. Yeah, we'll pack them right up here and set them down. Dad's putting a notch in this tree right now. And what we're doing, since we're in such close proximity to the fence here, we've got the boom raised up on the skid steer, and we'll actually put some pressure on this tree with the forks, and that'll kind of help it guide it into the direction the notch is. Just a little extra to help it go where it needs to go. Well, I've got all cleaned out around this one to cut. Some of these trees, like that hackberry you'll see there, I've got uprooted. What I did, I just kind of broke them over with the forks here, then I got the forks under them and broke the roots off, and then I was able just to go ahead and uproot them from there and move them, kind of get them out of the way to make it easier to get in there and cut. That's a pretty good sized tree there. I mean, that's a hog. This is the last one we got to cut. Like I said, not a big deal. Some jobs are bigger than others. They are. I mean, the main thing is you go to work and you make a little money every day. That's the main thing about it. I mean, I wish every job was 10,000 plus feet, but they're not. Those jobs are getting harder and harder to come by. So in turn, jobs like this, a lot of people pass up because they can't justify moving a skidder onto it. That's where we kind of have an upper hand, because we can come in here with the skid steer and grapple, and we can cut these trees and pile the tops. But like I said, on this one, we're not piling the tops on this job here. Luckily, the landowner said just to leave him. Him and his boy want to come up for fireworks. They've got an outdoor burning wood stove, which is fine. I mean, like I said, I'm not complaining because it saves me from having to do all the work, piling them. But we've just been cutting these trees. You can see all these tops over here. We've just cut them. We packed them up here at the top of the hill. And Dad, he's getting ready to bring this one down. He's already been cutting on a little bit. I think he hit a rock or something a minute ago. Getting down there low to try to get every bit of it we can. So this is the last one to bring down, and we'll get them up here and buck them up, get them to links, and have them laid out. It'll be like I said, just a little job, but when people want to pass up on it or don't want much to do with it, we'll try to jump in there and accommodate them the best we can. Dad's getting ready to bring it down. 74 years old. I don't think there's any man better at bringing these things down than what Dad is. He's just like a brain surgeon with that chainsaw. And Dad don't know it yet, but at Logger Threads we're trying to make up a shirt design. It's kind of about Dad. That's a big tree right there. A little bit holding in there somewhere. He's starting to rock around and move quite a bit. It's wide across the stump there. It's a big tree. I mean, it's just a big tree in general, but that stump, it's got a huge bell stump on it, flare stump. And years ago, when I was in high school and there before, this would have been a prime candidate for the stump market. And I can remember I was suspended from school my senior year because I was an ornery kid. Nothing bad, just an ornery kid. Me and a bunch of them guys were around. We were just ornery boys. I think I took all the screws out of a marker board is what I actually did to get that suspension. But that time we got a call for an order of stumps. And big trees like this is where the stumps shine. They needed a lot of figure in them. And Dad showed me what to look for on that stump deal, which it's all gone now. I might have to push on this. You want me to push on that, Dad? So I won't reach through it. A little bit holding in the heart. Let's go push it. But anyway, back to the stump deal. That was a neat deal, and we hauled stumps to Pleasant Hill, Missouri. And up there it was a veneer mill. They bought all kinds of logs, very few from Missouri, because Missouri just doesn't have a lot of good veneer quality trees. But they bought them everywhere. But it was a neat deal getting to see that stump market. Most of them were 3 to 5 foot pieces. They had to be a certain size, and like I said, they needed to have you looked for a lot of flare figure in the stumps. What you looked for, swirls, what Dad always called it. Goes. Come on now. Yep. Shaboom. That is a big chunk of wood. My gosh. Big chunk of wood. Solid all the way through. Had some fiber pull there in the heart. Like I said, that 25-inch bar wouldn't reach all the way through it. Just a little bit in the heart, and that's what was holding her up. Well, I'll help Dad work this thing up so we can get it done and get it up here to the deck. Now, working up a big tree takes a little know-how, because these big trees like this, you got to make sure you get your cuts, because even though they're going to be short, nasty pieces, you can still get a lot of footage, and you don't want to waste any of it. Like this here, we've got this cut where we can maximize the footage on it. Now, that limb there busted when it hit the ground, so it'll be hard to get anything out of that main body, but we're going to cut it right there at the bust and go above it up there and try to get another 7 or 8 foot piece. 7s don't bring near the money, but still, they'll buy them. There's no need in leaving money on the ground like that rough thing there. I'll clean it up once we get to the deck, but still, there's a lot of footage in that piece. And the same with this thing here that Dad's getting ready to cut. There's a lot of footage in it, and you want to maximize your footage cutting these big trees. I mean, there is a ton of footage in this tree. And I should have been paying more attention. It's my fault that bust right there. I should have watched and tried pushing that another way with the skid steer. And that's my fault that limb busted right there. And who's to say the impact and the force of it hitting the ground wouldn't have busted it going another way, but I can always tell myself it might not have if I'd have just pushed it a different direction. I'll jump out here and get this cut off real quick. Better hurry, Dad's gonna finish it off. I ain't gonna get to do any of it. Well, that's got them all packed up here. Dad, he's driving my truck on around. It's kind of funny seeing Dad drive my truck. All them years I used to drive his. Now he's driving mine a little bit. snake on through there. That old trailer can be tricky as long as it is. We'll get down here and load on the downhill slide. That way we can just go straight. Or I guess Dad says we're going to load right there. That's fine too. That's fine too. We'll buck these logs up and lay them out, then we'll load up and go. That is a chunk. I'm anxious to see the measurements on that. That's the product of 5 trees right there. We're all cut, bucked up, laid in there to lengths. The old big thing here, it was 33 inches is what it measured there at the little end, the crotch. So I guess now we'll go ahead and load up, and that's it, man. These little short deals, I like them. They're nice. They're nice. They're just fun little short day projects. I really enjoy doing these little jobs and logs here. They're fun. They're fun. They're fun. Well, let's get loaded up and see if we can get on back to Stockton. Another job done in the books down here at Ash Grove, Missouri.